Hey there, today's talking topic is when insecurities resurface. I'm author and speaker Toria Lee, and you are watching Toria Talk Tuesday. So today's topic I decided to do because actually I had some insecurities resurface of my own. Now, I know I've said before on these that I love to be authentic and to be real, and that's why these videos are one take with no editing. It's why you'll hear me stutter, because if I'm talking to you in person, chances are I'm going to say I'm going to lose my train of thought. These things are going to happen even if I'm talking to you in person. Ask any of my friends and family, they'll confirm it for you. And so I wanted these videos to feel authentic and real, and part of that is kind of letting you guys know the things I'm combating from day to day. It's no secret that in junior high and high school, I'm very vocal about that I battled a lot of insecurity, and I had to learn how to face this and deal with this and handle it. And I actually came out on top. I was victorious over my insecurity. I beat it. But from time to time, insecurities do resurface. Unfortunately, it's kind of this thing I feel like you end up battling for like the rest of your life. Now, before you feel like it's a losing battle, things that I used to be insecure about, I'm no longer insecure about. And sometimes it's these brand new things that resurface, and then I beat it too, and then I'm better, and then a new thing comes. And sometimes old stuff will resurface. But I don't want you guys to get discouraged by that, because when this resurfaced, I was still able to beat it relatively quick and not let it fester in my head and kind of take me to an even darker place, because I knew how to handle it. And so I'm hoping a couple things with this video. Number one, you won't feel alone. You'll realize that everyone battles insecurity from one time or another. And if they say they don't, they're lying. I'm sorry. I believe every single person on the face of the planet has battled insecurity at least once in their life. So you are not alone. A lot of people deal with it. And number two, I am a normal human being just like you. I know it's easy to see these videos on social media or on YouTube and go, man, that person's life is perfect. They got it all together. We don't. We're struggling as much as you guys. We're as lost and confused as you guys. And we're just normal humans like you. So I hope this video shows you that. And I hope you walk away with either a tool or a tip to help you personally battle insecurity. So what did I do with this when this insecurity resurfaced? So I found myself starting to be insecure again about my personality. So I used to be insecure about my personality, kind of battled that one, got that one done with, and then I found it kind of resurfacing again. So I'm mature. It's the most common thing said about me is everyone's like, you're so mature for your age. Like, when I say that, that's not coming from me, that's coming from, I can't even count how many people have said I'm mature for my age. You know, I'm very serious. I'm not very like bubbly and funny. And so those things can sometimes not go with what society says a girl should be in some circles. And so that can leave me feeling insecure, leave me kind of feeling like something's wrong with the way I am, which there isn't anything wrong with the way I am. And how I ended up battling this, one way, the minute those insecurities started coming through my mind, as negative things started coming about my personality, there was this other feedback loop kind of going in my head saying, you know, you are a masterpiece. God designed your personality the way He wanted it. You were made for such a time as this. He is with you. He's working in your weaknesses. Those won't perfect His strength. These things were running through my head at the same time as this negative loop. So the negativities, the insecurities could not fester. They couldn't really build to this out of proportion thing, because these verses I had memorized, these truths I had memorized kind of kept the other in check. So I really encourage you guys, memorize some pieces of truth. Memorize that you're a masterpiece. Memorize that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Memorize whatever it is that you need to do. And for a long time, one of those things for me was writing a verse on my mirror. I had a verse about, you know, my identity on my mirror until I said, yes, I believe that. Finally, I have it memorized. It's in here. We're good to go. So that's one tool or tip, is to memorize these pieces of truth, because they do help in your times of need when these insecurities resurface. And then a second thing that I did, I brought it into the light. So I voiced it to someone. I went to someone, I said, this is what's going on in my head. These are the things I'm facing. And it did a couple things. One, as it's coming out of your mouth, I was realizing these are all lies. None of this is true. Like, all of it was false. As it was coming out of my mouth, I thought that. And then the person hearing it as well, my trusted person, I can kind of confide in was like, yes, you have every right to feel that way, but it's still a lie. And so I had that person also speaking truth into my life about how I was made and how God sees me and things like that. So I really encourage you guys, have a safe space you can go to and say, this is the insecurity I'm facing, because when it's in the light, it can't fester the way it can when it's just hidden inside you and you're keeping it to yourself. When you bring other people into it, that helps too. So that's my second tip for you guys. And my third thing that I did, so I'm a writer, I wrote it out. So I wrote out my insecurity, and a lot of times insecurity comes from fear. So I backtracked where that was going from. And so for me, this particular insecurity, I was like, okay, this is fear of rejection, right? Someone rejecting me because of my personality. That's inevitably what that was coming from for me. So I wrote it out, and then I wrote the truth that countered it. So I wrote, I will not be fearful, because I know even if man rejects me, God will never reject me. I will not be fearful because I have God always walking with me. I will not be fearful because I know I'm made for such a time as this. I wrote these truths out, and just even that is very helpful too. So I hope you can use one of those tips in battling your own insecurities. So that was kind of my little 3-part thing I walked through to get to the other side of this insecurity. Now I'm like, yeah, this is how God made me. Like, I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. Let's go, And so I hope you guys can get to that point too, where you say, this is how God made me, and I love the way I'm made. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you found one of those tips helpful and that you found this video encouraging, but I will catch you all next week. Thanks for watching.